Education stakeholders in Kabale District are calling for increased funding for the education sector in order to reduce on the challenges the sector is currently faced with. The observations were made today during an education policy consultative meeting held at Kabale District Rukkiko Hall. The meeting attracted members of Uganda Education Policy Review Commission and Kabale District stakeholders. The commission is in Kigezi and Ankole regions to seek for views from the stakeholders as government seeks to generate a new government-wide paper on education and sports, which will reposition the country's education and sports system to meet the needs and challenges of the 21st century.
Dr. Kedres, to the agenda. I'm one of the 12 commissioners under the Education Policy Review Commission, and this week we are making consultations in Ankole and Kigezi region. I'm heading this group in Kigezi region, and my chairman, Honorable Amanya Mushiga, and another team are in the Ankole region. The purpose of this commission is to find out how our education system is and to learn from the stakeholders on the ground what the issues are and what they recommend that can be done to improve the education system. So we have been happy to have the team, the district team, and we shall be tomorrow at NTC Kabale with the selected people, including chairs of head teachers, primary, secondary, people from UNATU, foundation bodies, district leadership, education office, and some parents. So we look forward to seeing them.
In 2021, the Minister of Education and Sports, Kataaha Museveni, constituted an Education Policy Review Commission to investigate several issues on the education and sports sector, generate recommendations, and draft a white paper or micro-policy framework for the education and sports services. Speaking during the meeting, several stakeholders raised numerous challenges affecting the education sector, including low funding, low pay for the teachers, especially arts teachers, inadequate accommodation, poor feeding, commercialization of the education sector, and inadequate infrastructure in schools, among others. The acting district education officer, Moses Tumwijuse, recommended for the introduction of school fees policy to regulate on private schools that have commercialized the sector. He also noted that the government-aided schools have failed to compete with private schools due to low government funding.
170 a year, meaning a term, it is 56,000 shillings. And then for equivalent, that is A level, is 270, a term becoming 90,000 shillings. So that money is too little to cater for, to facilitate the running of the smooth running of the school. Then on top of this, what actually takes place in schools? They go ahead and hire additional teachers, which are paid privately from the parents' contributions. And by policy, in these USC schools, the teachers are not supposed to charge additional money. And sometimes what happens, finding that it's maybe you don't have a chemistry teacher. So what they do, they charge some money they collect money from the parents, then they hire, which is used to pay these private teachers, and which by policy is illegal. And these learners have to get or to be taught the whole curriculum. So that's why I also wanted to add that we also by policy we allow even the teachers, the parents to contribute, or we increase even the government funding to USE and UP schools. Then about school fees, I also wish that we have a school fees policy. We regulate the fees paid in the country. To find this in one school, they are paying 5 million shillings a term. It is too much. It is too much. Then in other schools, they are paying 120, and they are all getting the same type of education. So I also advocate for a school fees policy to regulate the fees we pay in the country.
Tumwijuse added that the education sector is faced with teachers who are asking for early retirement, coupled with limited infrastructure like inadequate desks, classroom, among others, which he said is affecting the sector.
So the high rates of teachers retiring early. For instance, in this current year of 2024, we have 53 teachers have retired early. And again, the policy from the government, they're saying we don't recruit teachers. So this leaves a gap, teaching gap in our schools, where the schools are understaffed. And connected to this, there is also the new teacher policy, which requires all learners, all teachers to undergo to have bachelor's degrees. However, this high rate of teachers retiring is leaving a gap, yet the PTCs have now taken three years without producing a teacher. So there is even a gap in the job market. The teachers are not there. So we also request that it is high time the new teacher policy is implemented, such that we prepare teachers who will replace these teachers who are retiring. And there are so many reasons why teachers are retiring early. One of them is that there is low pay. The remuneration, the salary payment is too low, and they wish when they can, if teachers go for other activities, other businesses, they can easily be, the returns are much higher compared to the salary they get.
The Kabale District Deputy RDC Christopher Aine recommended that the new policy should provide for learners sharing answers, helping each other during examinations if the sector is to continue producing competent leaders. He added that the curriculum should allow learners to study what can benefit them in their communities instead of studying things that are not necessary and available in their communities.
Our education system has to be realistic, because it is teaching our children not to cooperate, while in actual sense, in our society, in our workplaces, cooperation is the key. You cannot work alone. Everything has to be worked on as a team. So I was requesting the people that are trying to improve the policy of our education system that they should encourage sharing of information with our children. Basically in class, because there is no need of hiding anymore. For instance, the education system is now allowing children to use gadgets and like phones and laptop, iPads. So when there is a Google, meaning that there is nothing you hide anymore. Whatever anyone Googles, the answer will be the same. So why are they not allowing our children to copy, share whatever is there? And because it is now open, there is nothing, there is no need of hiding anymore. We are now allowing iPads. Do you think if you search anything on Google, it will give you a different answer from his? So since they are all now going to use internet and gadgets, it means there is nothing anymore to be hidden. So let our children copy if necessary.
Samuel Awumuza, ABK Vision.